Hey friends, over 60% of you are listening to me right now on an Apple product. iPhone, iPad, iTunes. I need your help. The truth is, Apple will make this podcast more discoverable to new listeners the more reviews it has. So I'm here asking you to take a moment and leave a review. If you've gained any value from this podcast, the greatest thing you can do for it, besides spreading the word and telling friends, is leaving a review. It's real simple. If you're on your phone, head over to my podcast page within the Apple Podcast app and leave a review. Or if you're on a computer, you can head over to my podcast page within the iTunes app. That's it. That's all I ask. And if you have other podcasts that you love, do them a favor and do the same for them. It'll make their day. Now let's get this podcast started already.
Sorry that you don't like having to hold the mic.
No, I don't. Should get some sort of wireless thing.
I could get...
just put a headset on and it'll be there.
I think that guy, Obese to Beast, I think him and his brother, they just started a podcast and they have these headsets that look like this, but they have a little boom mic. It almost looks like they're doing Monday Night Football.
That would be better. That way I don't have to hold this piece of shit.
Well, actually, it's a very nice mic. It's high quality. You sound really good. You know how people like it when you're on the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this week, I thought it would be really nice for us to talk about 2019, which, by the way, when you people hear it, it's 2019. So Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
And I thought that it would be a good idea to talk about what the year ahead holds for myself. But not just for myself, but also for you, because last year when I did it, it was in 2017. We were kind of in a thing, which we've talked about, but you know, we don't have to go revisit. But I recorded a podcast, like the top things I want to do in 2018. And I thought that this year, since, everything's really good. I think it would be a good idea that we get the both of us on here to talk about our 2019, whether that be individual goals or group goals, because I know we have some in each category. And I thought it would be nice to get you on and you can share some of the stuff that you want to do as well. And why even waste time with it? I mean, I want to start with you because this year I was kind of wondering, like, when you look at the year ahead, is there to you like one big goal or one kind of big picture by the year? Because I know in 2017 for me, it was starting to lose the weight. In 2018, it was taking what I learned with all that and improving upon myself, not just in health, but also, trying to get a, business going, which we did that. So when you look at 2019 for you personally, what does it look like for you?
I know that I need to start taking better care of myself, and that means putting everybody else on the back burner for once.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to try doing. Just because I'm always working.
Yeah.
Always got things going on, taking care of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to start taking better care of myself, which would be like...
Yeah, how do you do that? Like, when you say that, I mean, I get what it sounds like, but when you say that, like, what do you mean when you...
Just like self-care, like when I need a break, take a break.
Yeah.
And by breaks, I mean like getaways, even if it's from you or
Sure.
with you, just doing things to make myself happy.
Well, like one example we did a trip to Charleston. It was actually the first time you were on the podcast. It was like an old school trip where it was just me and you. And I know you also mean stuff with just you, but I mean, I think when you talk about just me and you, I think that's a great example because we went and we had a great time and there was no kind of distraction. It was just me and you and whatever we wanted to do that day.
Yep. That was nice.
Which I enjoyed that. But no, I look, when you tell me, hey, I want to go and do stuff on my own, I like that. I think that's great. I wish, if anything, and I know that obviously this year health has played a big part in that, but like when you say, hey, I want to go out and do stuff even without you, like I'm happy about that because I'm like, I want to see you get out and I want to see you do, great things, even if it's just for you, and I get no gain, but I think I still get a gain because I'm going to be very happy to see you out and doing stuff. I just, me, I'm always wanting to be on the go and going somewhere and getting out. And so this idea that rather if it's just me or you or just you, that you're getting out and going places, I like that. I think that's great.
Yeah, I just saw you doing a lot of that this year, and I just got kind of left because of all the problems going on.
Yeah.
So I figured I probably need to do that as well.
And I think, it wasn't necessarily like I needed to get away from you. It was just like, I think you know me by now well enough because we're going into our 10th year being together, which is also kind of cool that we're doing this podcast as we approach that rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
But it was never like, oh, I want to get away from her. It's just, I want to get out of the house. And I know that your health in many ways hindered you from being able to do a lot of that, especially in the beginning of the year. And so, I just wanted, for my own mental health, I have to keep moving. Like, I have to be like, on the go in some way, shape or form. And I know that that's not always, maybe a popular thing, but for you to say it like, hey, I'm going to do that this year. I'm celebrating that. I'm not upset. I love that. I want you to get out and do you and do your thing. I love it.
Yeah, I need to start because it did kind of make me upset just because you were going all these places and I was at home taking care of the dogs.
Yeah.
And with our other dog having cancer now, right now, leaving him would be bad.
Yeah.
So.
Fair enough. What's something else, either that's a part of that or not a part of that separately, something else that, with this year coming up that you really want to focus in on, zero in on? What do you?
School.
Okay.
I definitely need to work on my school stuff.
How much time do you have left?
I'm still in my second semester, and I've been in this freaking course since 2015. So, along with putting myself first, that needs to be a priority.
Yeah. I would love to see you finally finish it.
Well, it wouldn't be finishing this year, but it would be close.
Well, moving to the next step.
Yes. But I also need a lot of help in doing that.
Yeah.
So if everybody could pitch in to help, that would be great.
You mean people here?
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that you're like asking for money or something. So that's not what we're doing.
That's not what we're doing.
We have a Patreon thing we'll talk about at the end of the show.
No, I'm talking
that relates
about
to that.
You and Holly helping with dinners and cleaning. So that way, that's not my priority.
Yeah.
Finishing school will be. So
well, I can get on board with that as long as you're actually going to finish it. And I don't mean that as like a slight to you. Like let's get it done with already.
Right. Because I need it done.
Yes, you do.
It's been long enough.
You can't move on to the next step if you don't finish it.
No, it's important.
So finish that shit. I guess the explicit tag is going on this podcast. Yeah. I've been trying to get better about that. I've only had a few people ever say anything. Not that they were angry about it, but like somebody's like, hey, I listened in the car with my kids one time and there was like a S-bomb or something. I'm like, I'm sorry. Not sorry for what I said necessarily, but sorry that it just caught you off guard because it's just sometimes I talk like that, but I've been trying to say it less. But I know when you get on here, you have no filter, which I appreciate you for. I like that.
Well, thank you.
We just put the explicit tag on it and hope that takes care of it.
I don't know. Cuss words are a funny thing. I don't think they're that bad. If my kid was running around saying them, I wouldn't care.
Really?
Yeah. They're just words.
Yeah.
Just words. Some of them are acronyms.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
As long as they're behaving themselves, that should be the only thing that matters. If I have a shithead little kid and they're cussing, they're getting their ass beat.
Yeah.
But if they're running around being behaved and they're just, throwing out a cuss word here or there, I don't care.
Well, I'll share one of my goals now so we can try to balance this out a little bit. I kind of announced this before I know I announced it on Instagram, but I haven't really had a show where it was just me, except for last week, and that was kind of focused on the trip to Charleston I took. But I did announce it on Instagram. I am doing a 10K. This is a goal of mine. This past year, I did 2 5Ks.
You did.
Which equal up to 1 10K, but they were done months apart from each other.
That's true.
So I look at it like it's double or nothing.
Yeah.
And, it's got to up the ante. I feel like I can't just go around and do 2 or 3 more 5Ks because I've already done that. I want to do new things. I think that for me, that's a big theme about this year up ahead is challenges, which we'll definitely talk about because I have 3 things that I have outlined that we're going to talk about that are going to be a fairly substantial challenge for me in this year going forward.
Yeah.
But I want to do new things. Like when I talked to Clint Novak on the podcast weeks ago now, we talked about doing the Extreme Sky Flyer at King's Dominion, which is this thing where you get on this bungee cable and they release you like almost 200 feet in the air and you free fall and you swing.
You can have all the fun with that.
I'm actually terrified of this.
You should be.
I'm extremely terrified. However, I look at it like this is something new that I've never done in addition to the 10K. And so when somebody asks me, hey, what is your big theme of 2019? It's more personal improvement, but also challenging myself to continue to do new things. And so the 10K is one of them, and meeting as many people. And I hope that people listen to this, if you're anywhere near the Cincinnati area, it's May 4th. It's called the Flying Pig Marathon. I am in no way endorsed, paid. This is not a sponsored advertisement for them. I am just I am a participant in this race. And what I would like to do in conjunction with my friends Daryl and Arash, who are also on Instagram at Your Level Fitness and at Shred Happens, in conjunction with these fine gentlemen, we are trying to organize a gigantic meetup of Instagram Fit Fam people. And we want to get a bunch of people together to hang out the night before the race and then see who wants to participate in the race. So, as one of the new things I want to do, 10K is one of them, and jumping off this damn thing is another one, which actually I was hanging out with Clint last week, and we were joking. He's like, man, I really want to go to Vegas and jump off the stratosphere.
Nope.
Wouldn't that be wild though? Like, I don't know. I'm definitely not ready for that because that's like free falling 400 or 500 feet. And I don't think I could do that, but isn't that wild?
That is wild. Don't do it unless I up your life insurance.
So those are 2 things that I really want to do in the new year to challenge myself. This year's going to be about challenges, about, 2017 was very difficult in the sense of I wanted to lose 100 pounds. I lost 100 pounds. I still have a lot of work to do in that realm. However, what I learned along that first 100 pounds was just so much more life discovery. I gained a lot of life in losing those pounds.
Yeah.
And so that is very much still a priority, but listening to a podcast like me and Daryl or whoever, we always talk about, man, we ain't worried about that number. It's about just being healthier in general. So with that being said, I outlined 3 things that in the new year, that this is going to be a challenge to give up these 3 things. Like a real hardcore challenge, because these are 3 things that I would say probably 1 or 2 of them are fairly prevalent in my life. The other one's kind of, here and there. But if I could go, we're on a 2-year right now anniversary of me free of McDonald's, free of Burger King, free of Taco Bell and Wendy's and sodas, right?
Yeah.
So if I could give up those 5 things for the last 2 years, what's 3 more?
I mean, you've done so well this far, so I can only imagine what you do now.
So the first thing I want to challenge myself, and I'm not outright banning these things. So like after the year's up, if I wanted to have one of these, I could. But what I found with like the McDonald's, Taco Bell and all that stuff is that I haven't had a craving for that. So maybe this will kill that. But the very first thing that I want to give up in the year 2019 is alcohol. Now,
okay, well, you've been dialing back a lot.
A lot.
You
know, it's not like years past where I was drinking every weekend. And that was probably more like 2015, 2016. You know, I would never consider myself like a serious alcoholic or having a serious problem other than on the nights where I chose to drink just the amount that I would take in. I think that was the problem.
Excessive, yeah.
It was never, hey, you're drinking too many nights, or, you know, you weren't having, it wasn't like I was drinking every single night or anything like that. It was just like, hey, on the weekends when you did have a drink, you were maybe having too many, right? Is that fair?
Very much so.
And, you know, I actually had quite a bit a couple weeks ago now, and I just thought about it. I'm like, you know, what would 2019 look like if I just said no more? Like, could I survive this challenge 365 days of going alcohol free? And I said to myself, if I can go 2 years without McDonald's and Taco Bell and Wendy's and Burger King and sodas, certainly I could go 365 days without a drink.
Yeah.
So I figured, you know, why not?
You can do it.
Yeah. I think anything's possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like when I say that the second thing that I am taking out of my life in the year 2019 is chocolate, which
I could never do that. So I'm sorry if I bring it in the house, but you don't have to eat it.
No, I don't. And I won't. You know, and this is the thing too, like I wouldn't really necessarily say any of these three things are like a problem. It's not like every single day, massive amounts. I mean, obviously, you know.
No, but if you see it, you eat it. It's fine.
It happens. Yeah. So in the year 2019, I am giving up chocolate. And I should be clear that that is all forms of chocolate.
Just chocolate, not all candy, just chocolate.
Chocolate. And I mean, you know what, like, you know, I mean, I don't want to say necessarily all candy because I think that like how I survived McDonald's and all that stuff was finding alternatives.
Like gummy bears.
Yeah. Okay. So like, you know, they have these little tiny packs of gummy bears. It might be like 120 calories or whatever. It has like maybe 10 of them in there.
Yeah.
I think that's okay. Like one bag, whatever.
Mm-hmm. So
But
that means brownies, cake, all forms of chocolate.
Correct. Chocolate milk, which has been a favorite of mine.
That has been a thing of yours recently.
So that is going away in 2019. No more chocolate.
I'm sorry. I couldn't do that.
Well, I have a feeling that the next one you really can't do, and I'm going to blow you away with this one. This is going to be, I have not told you this yet, by the way. In 2019, I got to take a deep breath on this one because this one's tough. This one is actually tough. I am giving up all pizza in the year 2019.
I don't believe it.
That one you don't believe?
No.
I used to not believe that I could give up McDonald's, and I did.
I mean, I think you can do it, but I don't believe that you've said that.
Well, here's the thing. If it in the event, it's not going to happen, but in the event, if I slipped up, you would be real with the people and tell the people.
I mean, that's not my business to say. So.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm not, you know, like I said, these are 3 challenges that I want to put up to the challenge. I want to see if I am able to. And I think the answer is yes. I believe firmly, without a doubt, that the answer is yes. I can successfully go 365 days without these 3 things.
That's hard.
I know, but life is hard.
Valentinos.
They're very good. They're very good. So.
Well, that sucks.
Well, it doesn't suck for you. You can have it all you want.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to tempt you.
It's not going to tempt me.
It is tempting to have it in front of your face.
No, not at all. In fact, I would encourage you to eat pizza in front of me because it will make me stronger.
No, because I know that would piss me off if somebody were eating something that I couldn't have.
Yeah, but you've had McDonald's and Burger King in front of me and Taco Bell. That's never been a problem.
Taco Bell.
Chipotle. Way better.
Do love Chipotle. I do have a gift card too.
To Chipotle?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
Sounds like a great idea.
The doctors at work gave them to us. So
Well, that's
thank
awesome.
you, doctors.
Yes, thank you, doctors, for the Chipotle we're going to eat later.
We're not having Chipotle later.
Okay.
Holly's making lamb.
Okay. Well, y'all
That
have
means
that.
you get steak.
Okay. Well, I'm not banning steaks. Nothing wrong with steak. So those are 3 things in the new year that I am outright just giving up. It's a challenge. Can I survive? Will I survive? You damn right I will survive.
You will.
Y'all watch. Just watch me. Because I'm going to do that. That really is about to happen.
Ugh, I couldn't. Chocolate and pizza? You're a psychopath.
I know. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
What's another one of yours? Let's go back to you here. What's something else in the year? A challenge, a goal? Lay it on me, babe.
I wrote them down to look at my phone, which is far away. Getting healthier.
Ooh, this big one.
It is big. So not necessarily losing a shit ton of weight.
Yeah.
Just getting into exercising and
Something your doctor wants you to
feeling
do.
better and eating better. Yes, my doctor wants me to do that for multiple reasons.
Yes.
But getting healthier, I think, would be number 3.
Well, I like that you say that. I like that you worded it that way because, as I've talked about so many times on this podcast in the last year, it's not about necessarily a number.
It's not.
It's not. I feel amazing, and I'm sitting around 280. I feel amazing right now. I feel great. You know, do I have more to lose? Of course, but the difference in where I felt before and where I'm at now, I feel great.
It's good.
I think you notice a difference.
Yeah.
So
You're definitely a lot happier. You breathe better.
yes, I don't wake up in pain.
You don't wake up in pain, though you do have arthritis in your knees, so that does cause some.
Yes.
But that was from gout, so
Yes.
that's a thing.
So what, do you have a plan in place of how you're going to do this, or what is your...
I'm going to go back to DDP yoga, but I know I also need to do leg strengthening in my knee again because it's starting to hurt.
Well, I think the yoga is a good way to do that.
Yeah. But I mean, like doing a day or 2 at the gym with you, just doing nothing but strengthening
Yeah.
and weights.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would love to see you at the gym. I miss you there.
Oh,
We had some fun there for a few months.
yeah. Till shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with us, with health things.
Yes. Yes. So I think that's great. I definitely, you know me, 100% I support you in those endeavors. I mean, I've never wanted to pressure you into anything. That's why I don't bring it up a lot. I want you to do it when you want to do it. And so for you to come on here and say, I want to do this year, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, the yoga worked well the last time. It's just when you fell off the wagon, I was like, what's the point?
Yeah.
If I don't have a partner in it, I'm just going to give up anyway.
Yeah.
So I gave up. It worked. I did lose 40 pounds.
Yeah. That stuff
And I
works.
gained it back and then some.
Yeah.
So,
That DDP knows his stuff. That's for sure.
well, that and when you follow his, not really a food plan, it's a lifestyle change with your diet.
Yeah.
It all worked.
It sure did. So, no, I'm glad. I'm really glad. I'll share one now. I mean, one of the things in this year, new goal that I want to try to do, is, I want to get into this Twitch world.
I don't even know what that is.
This is more of a business goal, but like, and I'm late on this, by the way, people that are listening that know already what it's all about. I know I'm late on it already, but it's like a live streaming platform where you stream yourself. Well, a lot of people use it to stream games, which you just got me an Xbox for Christmas, and I thank you.
You're welcome.
So I could take this and use it as a piece to create content with, where people could watch me and how I play games terribly.
But couldn't you also do that with YouTube? And
Well-
you actually get paid for it rather than doing
Well, you
this
can get
for
paid
free.
on Twitch.
Can
get-
you?
Yeah, people can donate to you. There's this guy on YouTube named Mr. Beast, and like he's famous for going on Twitch streams and donating like $10,000 to people, like for fun. But no, people can watch you play and they can just drop little things. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to spend some of my time playing video games, I might as well, create content out of it,
But you were trying to increase your YouTube stuff.
Well, that's another goal of mine.
So wouldn't you want to, put it on both possibly?
Well, they actually have a thing where when you finish streaming live, it automatically posts to YouTube. It's automatic.
But doesn't YouTube have a live stream?
Yeah, but it's a little bit different. It's not really for gaming, not to my knowledge.
I don't know.
I mean, I got some people that subscribe over there, but it was one of my goals in 2018. I kind of fell flat on my face on it. That and the skydiving thing never happened. But you have to be like so ridiculously light to go skydiving that
You're
it's
not
going to
that far away from it though.
not too far. But it's just something else that I want to explore because I've seen people that have gone on there and just done crazy things with it. And you can also stream, like there are people that just stream like what they're doing, which is kind of weird. It's like a new way to find people and have them check you out. And from the get-go, I've always talked about how I wanted to have more people not only hearing my story, but hearing the stories of others that I help share with the podcast that we're talking on right now. I mean, I'm a tech guy. I like to investigate on all the tech stuff and figure all this stuff out. So for me, I'm just like, I want to, keep finding new ways to put what I do out there and get it into the hands or eyes or ears of more people, as many as I possibly can.
That makes sense. But
You know?
that's just too many platforms to keep up on. I can barely keep up on Instagram.
Well, I think the Twitch thing is kind of simple because you just literally you start playing a game and then you just go live and you just talk while you play. It's like kind of like it's not too invasive, I don't think. You just sit there and play games and people watch you play games. It sounds silly.
So
but
would you jump on live also? Like Xbox Live?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I need to do some more research on it. I'm not fully I'm not a fully expert on it, but I want to investigate it more. It's just like with LinkedIn, it's another platform that I've been wanting to jump on and I just haven't done it. There's just so many things this year I've been trying to get into.
Yeah.
Well,
LinkedIn's important. Everybody should be on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I look at how I tell stories on social media and then I look at how like businesses tell stories and I think that they all get it wrong. A lot of them get it wrong. And I'd love to go on there and tell people how they should tell stories.
Well, LinkedIn is not like that though.
No, but it can be. Video, if I were to make videos for these people and talk to these people, they could do very well because they're not used to seeing that kind of stuff on there.
No, I've never even seen like video and stuff on there.
Oh, yeah.
It's just mainly search engines for, jobs. And I've gotten multiple offers, but I've turned them down.
Gary Vee is one that posts a lot of videos on LinkedIn.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. So I want to get onto more platforms. I feel like sometimes I rely so much on Instagram, but I mean, it's also where the most attention is. So that's why I give it the most attention. But I mean, you look at people that are on YouTube and what they can do on YouTube. It's like, why am I not putting at least some effort there? At least a little bit of effort.
Exactly.
I have all the equipment.
You bought the equipment specifically for that.
Yeah, because it was a goal and I just haven't executed fully. Although I did post a video about my 10K practice. That was a start. And then I posted a video in Charleston. That's another start, So I'm trying to do more.
Yeah, but you're doing daily vlogs. So what happened to those?
Well, I wasn't even really vlogging. It was like, I was like picking a topic on like weight loss and just posting about it.
No, because you would start off your day like taking video, going down the stairs, walking the dog. Stuff
those vlogs. Yeah.
I'm actually talking. I forgot
about those.
Yeah.
We went to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
met Census Fail.
I think that was your last one.
No, the last one I did was when we went to Charleston. Me and you. I did one where we went back to the spot.
That was a big gap though. That was like a 2-month gap between
I know.
them.
Yeah. No,
then yes, Charleston was your last one.
Here's my problem with vlogs. Okay, number one, I feel like I have to do more interesting things to vlog. Like nobody wants to see me. Okay, I'm driving to work. I'm driving home. I'm driving to the gym. I'm driving home. Like what kind of fun is that? You know, like I see these other vloggers, like you see like, you know, and I know this is a much bigger example, but like Roman Atwood obviously has 15 million subscribers. It's a little bit different, but like.
And he doesn't really work, so.
He works. He has his own shirt company. He has his own.
But that's all home based. I'm talking about going to a 9-to-5 job and then coming home.
Yeah, well, that's the problem because that gets in the way.
Well.
That's you want to talk about like bigger goals. That's a whole big that's a whole big thing. I you know, I understand the place for the day job because it pays the bills, but like, you know, and I'm lucky that I'm in a place where it's a good paying job, it's a good company, but the thing where I fall short for me is I don't get to be creative. And as we get older, as I get older, I want to involve myself in doing more creative things. Like take this, for instance, before I left there for my big 2-week vacation, they asked me, oh no, I actually volunteered, but they had sent an email saying, hey, we have a couple of the members of the team that need their pictures taken. You know, and I went to my boss and I pitched to her, hey, you know, I have this really nice camera gear. Could I please come in with this gear and I'll take the photos? Like instead of just phoning it in. I think I even said that. I said, you know, we could use a phone and phone it in, or I could bring my good gear and take some good pictures. And so they agreed to let me bring in my camera. And like, that was the first time in such a long time where I actually felt like, wow, this is really creative. Like this is something creative and fun to do. Like when I first got there, I was helping out one guy with like building computers and stuff. And I'm like, this is a lot of fun. This is really creative. But a lot of the job, and you know, I think that when you're working, you should love what you do and you should be able to, you know, have some creativity with it. And unfortunately, I'm in a situation where a lot of what I do there's not a lot of creativity to it. It's just kind of, this is what your gig is. This is what you do. You show up, you do it, and you go home, and that's fine. I do that just fine. But like, where's the creativity?
That's fair.
You know, I mean, where is the creativity? So it's like, you know, there are some days where I come home and I'm worn out and I don't feel like creating because the day was stressful or whatever. And I don't get to be, you know, there's no room for the creativity. I almost have to, you know, kind of find times to force the creativity, and that's not really creative.
No.
And so I think that's a problem. And at some point I need to address that at some point. But for now it's what pays the bills. So it's like, you can't just leave.
No, you can't.
So it's like, what do you do?
We need a roof over our heads.
We do. And I know we've been talking on and off, I mean, God, for 10 years now about where that roof over our heads is.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think I had said something to the effect of, when our lease ends at this place, I don't want to sign any more leases here. That doesn't mean necessarily only another state, but it means I don't want to sign any more leases here.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is something that, you know, what is your goal for, you know, getting out of here?
I just don't want to be in an apartment anymore.
Yeah.
Because we pay all this money for this company who doesn't care. We have cracked ceilings. We have clogged vents that are making me sick, literally.
Yeah.
to the point where I've had to go get my allergy testing, and I'm almost deathly allergic to mold. I have asthma because of the freaking dust and shit.
Yeah.
So we got to get out of this place.
Yes, we do. So whether that's somewhere else here or somewhere else,
I mean,
somewhere
even
else,
if we rent a townhouse in this area
it's going to
for
be
a little bit,
expensive.
not really. It'll probably be less than what we pay.
Are you sure?
Robert and Eric pay $1,600 for theirs.
Yeah, but you don't like Woodbridge.
I mean, if I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, but it may also have gone up since then.
But we just need to find a private owner, but somebody who's going to take care of shit.
Yeah, because that's always tough. I know my buddy and I, we used to live in an apartment or a condo, and it had a private owner, and I think he was actually banned from the neighborhood, and so like
that's great.
he couldn't do anything with the place. That was a big challenge.
Yeah.
So
We just have to do research, that's all.
yeah, I mean, obviously, I would love to just get out of here, period, and
No, we need to build up a savings for a down payment first.
yeah,
That's important.
yeah,
Because I don't want to be house broke and physically broke.
yeah. I mean, I just look at what we're paying for anything up here versus what we pay down there, and I'm just like, it's just staggeringly different.
Yeah, it's like almost half the cost.
Yeah,
And then with Amazon coming in, the prices are definitely skyrocketing.
yeah. I mean, that's like when people ask me, like, why did you create this Patreon thing? And I'm not going to make this a plug. I'm going to save that for the end of the show. You guys know that I don't try to intrude on the middle of the show with it. I try to push it to the end. So if you want to leave, you can leave then. But creating a Patreon, having the t-shirt company, these are things that eventually I would like to see grow. I want to monetize this podcast because eventually I would love to make this where I focus all of my energy, as opposed to going somewhere else, working for a different company for 8 to 10 hours a day and getting paid, X, Y, and Z, right? And then trying to come home and do something here. Like if everybody that listened to this podcast even donated $1, I would be that much closer to leaving there and focusing all my efforts on doing this podcast full time, and doing the t-shirts. Like that would be the perfect scenario for me, because if I had that creative freedom to have all the time of my day back to me and being able to create the amount of things I could do, it would be insane.
Yeah, that's true. We just have to have the money for it, though.
Yeah. So, if everybody donated $1, my God, we would be set. And like I said, I'll save all the plugs for later, but that's just real talk. Like, I get up, I go to this job, I come home, and then I try to do other stuff. And eventually I'm going to get to a point where I want to just create and do nothing but create. But being a small creator is not easy.
Mm-mm.
And so, until then, my hands are tied. I just have to keep working as hard as I can, burning the candle at both ends until something happens. That's all you can do.
It's true.
Because I do want to leave out of here and move there. Like I've made that perfectly clear to you and anybody else that'll listen. That is, I mean, my God, that would be an ultimate goal for this year. I don't think it's achievable this year.
No, not at all.
But when you talk about ultimate goals, that's a big one.
Because once I get licensed for being a technician, vet tech, a lot more places are willing to do like financial help to move.
Yeah.
So, and then along with doing that, signing bonuses, because there's not a lot of licensed technicians.
Well, finish that damn school, lady.
I'm working on it.
If you went balls to the wall right now, finish up the one you're currently in, and you finish that up, how many more years do you have left?
Probably a year and a half. because I have to do 2 externships.
Okay.
So I have to do one at the end of this semester, which should be easy. And I have, I think, 10 weeks to finish 200 hours
Right.
extra. But I think I can add that into my normal work hours because I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
So
there's no reason why 2020 we can't be the hell out of here.
it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Well, 2020, 2021, somewhere in there. A year and a half.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm already going to set that goal. 2020, we're out of here.
Let's try to shoot for 2021.
That's playing it safe. Who the hell wants to play it safe?
I do.
I want to roll the dice.
Well, you gonna help me with school then?
Huh?
You gonna help me with school
I
then?
can't help you with school.
Well, then 2021 it is.
That's so long away.
It's only 2 years.
Only 2 years.
So not only will I finish school then, but my car will be paid off too. So all the extra money.
There you go. We'll see about that.
Then if there's a little rugrat that pops along.
Yeah,
who
that
knows?
is in the works.
That is in the works.
We're trying.
Been trying,
Yeah.
but now we're really trying.
As if there's a difference.
There's a difference.
Well, we're going to get medical assistance.
Yeah, that's really trying.
Yeah, that is trying.
Not IVF medical, but
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What's something else this year you want to do?
I know this is something you and me both wanted to do.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it together one. How about that?
So traveling out of the country.
Oh, yes. That is... That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big one. We're going to need to apply for our passport.
Yes. Yes, we will.
Yes. We're going to have to do that first. And then we can think about getting out of here, trying to take a trip.
I think a cruise would be a good first step
Cruise would be nice.
because you could knock off like 4 countries at once.
Yeah.
So.
That would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we were able to do it by the end of this year, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
we got to apply now.
Yep.
See
It's
what
going to take
happens.
that long with the government shutdown.
Yeah. So we'll have to figure that out.
It shouldn't be that bad.
That's definitely something cool that we could do this year is try to leave the country.
Yeah.
That'll
Even
be
if it's
awesome.
with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I don't care. Just
Even
get-
Canada. I want to go to Canada.
I thought you were doing that. Was it SummerSlam?
Well, if we can get it back by then, yeah.
I think we should be able to.
Yeah.
If you go to like the post office, they're not shut down.
Because they're opening up that new roller coaster in Toronto. I
Yeah.
want to go ride that. And then maybe go see wrestling. That'd be fun.
That would be a quick little weekend.
Yeah. I mean, it's just Toronto.
Yeah.
It's not like it's London or Japan or, something wild. Like, it's just Toronto.
Yeah, but you wouldn't go to Japan anyway.
I don't know. They have a big wrestling event every year. Their Wrestle Kingdom in the Tokyo Dome. That would be like, I mean, it's not a goal for 2019 because that event is happening on the 4th of January. It's in a couple of days. But like 2020, 2021, what the hell? Why not?
Because you wouldn't be able to eat anything there.
Oh, they got TGI Fridays. The Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes have taught
I'm not
me one
eating
thing.
there every day.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy ethnic food. You do not.
My taste buds do not like it.
I think if you gave it a shot, it would be fine.
That smells strong.
Soy sauce. That doesn't hurt anything. Egg rolls. Dude, those are bomb. I think that should be a new challenge for you this year.
Oh, Jesus.
Since you're giving up stuff you love, try shit you hate. Do it.
I don't know if I'm that brave.
I'm challenging you to try shit you hate this year. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Maybe later this year.
No. Don't be a puss. Do it.
I don't want to throw up everywhere.
Just at least try it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Holly makes lamb tonight, just try it. It tastes freaking amazing. It's sauteed in garlic. It is so good. So good.
All right, I'll think about it.
No thinking. You gotta do it. If you could give up shit that you love, try shit you hate. Do it. You might like it. Your taste buds change.
Maybe.
Not maybe. Do it.
Now I'm trying to think of things I could try to force you into doing that you don't want to do.
I'm going to the gym. Like, I hate that.
But I'm not forcing you to do that. I don't know. I'll have to think of something to get you back with then if you're going to put this on me. Because that's how
There's not much stuff I hate.
That's how we roll.
All the stuff that you hate that I don't do, I'm doing anyway.
What's another thing you're going to do this year? You have a list. Finish out your list.
The last thing is just getting my mental health right. I feel okay right now. But
Well, I hope so.
Well, I did trials of those antidepressants, and they didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But now being off of them, I feel like my head is clearer. So I don't think I need them. I just need to learn to take care of myself. So that way,
I think it all wraps into one of all your...
Pretty much.
This is the year of you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this year should be your version of my 2017, but with your own spin on it.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to lose a set amount of weight.
Yes. I
I'm
backed
just
off
trying
from
to
that
get
shit a long time
healthy.
ago.
Because if I was only able to get down to 220, hell, I'd be happy. 250 even. If I could lose, 70 pounds?
Yeah.
Totally dope.
Yeah, I don't want to put a number on it. I backed off that a long time ago. I was
Don't
like, I'm
need
not.
it. Just get healthy.
That's all I want. That's all. Everybody's so worried about a number. Enough with the damn numbers.
I don't need a number.
Yeah,
I just need to be healthy.
I agree.
Well, that's my list. You said pick 5.
I never said pick 5.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I picked 5.
I don't think you did either.
Talked about the 3 things I'm giving up.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about the Sky Flyer thing. We talked about the 10K.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about traveling, doing more content creation.
Oh, that's 5.
Yeah. I thought there was something else though, and I can't quite wrap my head around it right now, but
I can't remember.
I just want this year to be the year of challenging myself to do new things.
See? Eat new foods.
Okay. Stop zeroing back in on that. Trying to do new challenging things, I think would be the key for me. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
So, continuing to work on our t-shirt business. I want to grow that thing already. We had in 2018, we should talk about this because we had a lot of people that, they showed up, they supported, and I want to do it bigger and better. Bigger and better. I want to continue to do, I want to design more. I want to push you to design some more because you're really good at that.
What did we talk about today?
What?
Don't push me.
Well, this is something different. This is
got shit I'm doing.
I know. But you designed that one that everybody loves, like the girly type thing. People like that.
That could have been better, but I'm glad people like it.
A lot of people own that.
I own one.
Yeah. So I want to do more with that. I want to put it out there with more people. I had fun surprising people this year. I would just, I'd see somebody like, maybe they were having a bad day or something, and I would just surprise them and like send them a free shirt.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I want to do more of that. I want to do, more random acts of kindness for people that don't expect it.
That would be good.
Because that is a lot of fun just to see the reaction, to see how happy it makes people. I want to do more of that. I want to give a lot more this year. So hint, if you guys donate more to the Patreon, then I can do more of that.
That's true.
So you think about that. When I think about that, I'm like, the more that comes in allows me to do more. Cause right now it's like, pay my stuff and I do X, Y, and Z, put a roof over the head, pay the bills. But it's like, if I could have more room to do more for others, that's ultimately what I think I would do with a lot of it, and putting it back into the business, of course. So just a couple of goals, a couple of ideas.
Yeah.
So
sounds good.
Yeah. Just trying to think, was there anything else that we left off? I think we hit a lot of it.
I got all my topics, so.
You got everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I want to thank the people who have already jumped on the Patreon already. My Patreon podcast producers, Daryl and Amy, at Your Level Fitness, at Gem of the Gym, GEM of the GYM. Thank you guys so much for being the first on board, the first to support my creative efforts, and jumping on board with the podcast. And most of you guys that listen are from Instagram, so make sure that if you're not already following these fine folks, please go follow them. Hardworkalwayswins.com. That is the clothing line that we have created. And right now, for all the new customers, you can use the code SQUAD at checkout, which will get you 10% off, to give you a chance to check it out. And when you buy stuff, or if you've ever won a giveaway, you are entered into the close friends group on the Hard Work Always Wins Instagram, where I do exclusive giveaways for you, which are sometimes, hint, hint, wink, wink, more percentage off. And you will be the first to know of new designs. There will sometimes will be put up for a vote, and other times there will be unique designs that not even the public gets to see. So if you are someone that ever buys from this store, you are now entered into our private club where you will get stuff that no one else has access to, which I think is pretty damn cool. And then the Patreon, obviously, check that out. You can donate as low as $1. And so, like I said, if everyone that listens to this podcast donated $1, I would be in a much better situation to create more and do more for you guys. And if you donate more than $1, I do automatically do more stuff for you guys, such as if you donate $4, you get the podcast without all these commercials. You don't hear these anymore. You get the podcast days early. There are some of the people that are on Patreon that are hearing this on, 2 or 3 days before everybody else. And then you get access into my close friends group on Instagram, on my personal Instagram, where I do exclusive stories that no one sees, just like behind the scenes. Hey, I'm working on this, I'm working on that. Just some kind of unique stuff that no one else is going to get to see. I'm creating that content just for you. I'm also going to probably integrate it more with YouTube as well. So when I put up new YouTube videos, there's probably going to be somewhere in one of those tiers, probably the $4 tier, where you're going to see videos that you're going to see videos before everybody else. So I'm going to start incorporating that as I create more on YouTube. So it won't just be a podcast thing. The amount of value that I'm going to give for the dollars that you pay, I'm going to be creating as much as I possibly can. So the point is that if you like what I do, then there's a chance that you may subscribe on Patreon. If you subscribe on Patreon, then I'm going to give you as much of what I do as possible. And so if you join the $10 tier, you get everything that I mentioned already, but then you are also, I'm limiting this to 10 people. 2 of the slots are already filled up. But you get the Patreon podcast producer tier, where you get a shout out on every podcast. And I normally work you in more than once, but at least once in the podcast, you'll be shouted out. So, if you're on Instagram, it's a good way to get your name out there, and in front of a bunch of Instagram people. So, it's just a nice way, even of just cheap advertising, if you think about it like that. At the $20 tier, this is actually the cheapest way to get my t-shirt, actually, because on the store, they're $25 plus $5 in shipping. And if you join at the $20 tier, you get a free shirt. Once your first payment clears, you get a free shirt. Well, I guess it's not free because you're paying for it, but you pay the $20, you get the shirt. And then what I recommend you do, and I don't even know why I'm saying this, because people would say I'm crazy for saying this, but you get your shirt and you get the hell out. As far as the $20, you just drop down to the $4 tier, and then you can get the ad-free podcast, and you can get the podcast early, or you can drop down to the $1, and then just, it's just a way to continue to, support the podcast. And I would really appreciate that. And then finally, there's the $50 tier, which is the Let's Chat tier. And that is, maybe you're somebody that listens every week and you really like kind of what I have to say. And maybe you're like, man, I wish I could just jump on a call with this guy and tell him, maybe what I'm going through in my workouts or whatever. I'd love to talk to him about, kind of my situation. So for $50 a month, we jump on a call once a month for up to an hour, talk about whatever you want, and we can just chat, and you get everything else. You get the t-shirt one time, you get access to the close friends, the ad-free podcast, the early podcast. There's so many things, and there may be new tiers added. There may be some different things added as we go. I'm testing actively to see what works and what doesn't work. And we'll continue to evolve it as we go along. But this is just a way of, offering things to people who really like the podcast, but who also say, you know what, I wouldn't mind throwing a couple bucks his way. Maybe you're somebody that doesn't want to spend $25 on a t-shirt. Well, you could spend $1. And how many times do we subscribe to Netflix for $10 and we just forget that we subscribe to it? We just forget, and it just takes it out of our bank every month. You could support a small creator for as low as $1, and I would love you till no end if you did that. But I know it sounds like I'm practically begging. My begging shows no shame. But Heather is just smiling. But seriously, check it out. Consider it. If you really like what I do here, I would appreciate it. And also hardworkalwayswins.com, code SQUAD, 10% off. I can't believe we're actually finishing this in under an hour. This is the quickest podcast probably of the entire year, where I had a guest. Thanks. But, she said thanks. She's already walked off the mic already. She didn't want to hear me babble on with all the plugs and stuff. But thank you guys so much for a great 2018. I know it's already 2019 by the time you're hearing this, but thank you for a great 2018. We're going to continue to do this podcast more in 2019. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you so much for supporting. Don't forget, leave those iTunes reviews if you haven't already. They help tremendously. If you've even made it this far, you're the kind of people that are my people. I appreciate you. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next week on the podcast.
Let me tell you guys about hardworkalwayswins.com. It's not just a clothing line. It's my mantra. I speak it, I wear it, I live it, and I want you guys to rep it today. Join the squad. We got t-shirts, we got beanies, we got hats, we got tank tops, hoodies, phone cases, you name it. We got it just in the store as of this week. I am worth the fight. Are you worth the fight? Damn right you're worth the fight. So get the shirt and show everybody what's up. We got Fight Like Hell for the Life You Want. We got the 4 pillars. We got the original OG Hard Work Always Wins shirt in many different designs. All you got to do is head over to hardworkalwayswins.com, enter the code SQUAD at checkout, and I'm going to take 10% off your very first order. That's right. I'm doing that. I went there. So go to the store, check it out, find what you want, add that code SQUAD at checkout, and join the Hard Work Squad today.